Hey, what's good, my peoples? It's your boy E here, man. Now, people would like to say that, a lot of us are crazy, that we are paranoid, schizophrenic, we're thinking too much, we looking at things a little too hard, People would say that to us. People would say that that's what we are about as targeted people. But they don't really understand, dog. We wish that was the case. And I ain't gonna speak for everybody, but I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all feel the same way. But I know damn well I wish that was the case. I wish I was tripping. I wish I can say, yeah, I'm schizophrenic. Yeah, I got something going on here. And, I can't really, maybe I'm just, yeah. I wish I can say that because I can feel a lot more better about a lot of things. Not to say that I don't appreciate the things that I did, that, after going through this shit, that I've grown to know, grown to be stronger, that as strong as I've gotten from it. I can't say that I don't appreciate none of that stuff that I've learned, things that, that I've become, that I've, that my all-around person has grown into. I can't say that I don't appreciate that because I've gained a lot from going through this shit. I'm not gonna lie, in certain ways. But, who really in their right mind just woke up in the morning and said, hey, I want people to be stalking me. I want motherfuckers to be looking at me crazy every day. I want motherfuckers to be trying to motherfucking laugh and talk about me all the time. Who really says that shit? I mean, not to say ain't nobody out there that's like that, but I'm just saying, for the most part, I don't think none of us was really feeling that way. Because if you think about it, man, ain't none of us from the beginning of the start of this thing happening to us or realizing that it's happening to us was feeling any kind of way good about it happening. I'm pretty sure a lot of us was like, we didn't know what the fuck was going on. We was kind of like spooked and shit in a way, I know damn well I was. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, what is happening here? I couldn't have told you. Didn't know what was going on. I was blindfold, put in a dark ass room, and guess what? And I was just set free to move around and run into whoever fuck I ran into because I didn't know what the fuck was happening around me. And I'm pretty sure all of y'all went through that same thing. And from everybody's videos that I've come across, I didn't see nobody who really enjoyed this shit. And not to say that you couldn't. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed that I have been able to get to a point that I have going through this shit, but I wouldn't say that I want to be going through this shit. I'm not gonna tell you that I wish this was something I wanted to go through from the beginning of time. I never thought I was gonna even ever go through this shit, So, like I say, some motherfuckers just don't understand that we wish we was tripping. I wish I could say I was tripping. And you know what? There was a point where I wanted to give this gangstalker shit a benefit of the doubt. I wanted to give this shit a benefit of the doubt. Like, it wasn't really happening. I wanted to look past. I wanted to try and ignore the fact that it was happening. I really wanted to ignore the fact that this shit was happening. And I tried to. I definitely did. Because like I said, back in those days, I used to do drugs a lot. And, me doing drugs, after I started to get high and stuff, I started to notice things were happening. But guess what? People try to say, well, you know what? You was tripping. You was tripping, right? You was a little too fucked up, bro. They give me all that little yip, whatever it is they want to say. All right. But I went with it. I said, you know what? Maybe I was tripping. Because I was fucked up. This is pretty much the hardest drug I've ever done. How do I know these effects aren't just me tripping? You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for a while. You know what I'm saying? But, after a while, I said, you know what? This is happening while I'm getting high. How about I try and stop? I told myself, how about I try and stop and see what happens then? And then so that's what happened. I tried to stop, not to say I didn't fall back into it again, which I definitely did. Okay, of course. But I tried to stop. I gave myself some time to get off the shit to see maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's just me being high and that I am tripping. But then guess what? As I stopped doing the drug for a while, as days went on and on, guess what? I started to see some shit like that just didn't look right. And I'm like, shit was still shit happening, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, why are these people looking at me crazy? Why are these people all over? Why are these cars coming by me all slow? What the fuck is going on? And and so somebody tried to gaslight me again. Well, maybe that's just the effects of the drug since now that you're not doing it, you kind of like you're carrying a baggage on you. Maybe you're just carrying a bag on you, you know what I'm saying, from the things you probably thought you saw as you was on the drug. You know what? But then I'm like, no, because I'm not high, I'm not that easy to manipulate. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I'm high, yeah, okay, yeah, you can manipulate me as I'm getting off, as I'm doing the drug or coming down from the drug, okay, yeah. But as I'm not high, I'm like, no, I'm seeing this shit. I'm seeing this shit for what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so now, as days go by, I'm just noticing, okay, things are happening. And so it's like, you want me, how am I supposed to overlook this now? You know, if the intent is for me to go crazy and to think I'm crazy, I mean, how can I continue to think that when the evidence keep piling up higher and higher and higher and higher? You know what I'm saying? Okay, maybe you can ignore the evidence as it's down here, but when the evidence starts to pile up and it gets this high, you just see this much of evidence every day, and it just keeps getting higher. It's impossible to ignore that evidence that's right in your face. After a while, you have to accept what the fuck it is. It is what it is. You like, okay, this is going on. You may not know what it is yet, but this is going on. So you're forced. So you have been forced by the gang stalking to believe that it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The gang stalking, yeah, it can be meant to drive you crazy, but also, I just think the gang stalking wants you to look crazy as well. Because it can drive you crazy, but as you trying to explain things to people, guess what? Some people just not gonna understand what you're going through because they have not been through none of that. They can't see through the lens that you see it. So, and you gotta understand, when we're recording certain things, some things that we see looks very normal. And so anybody who really don't know about this shit or really haven't experienced any of it, they don't have the eyes to see what you see. And so if it just doesn't stick out like a thumbtack, really, unless you're recording some shit that really sticks out like a thumbtack, people are gonna think that you're just tripping, you crazy, you got schizophrenic, and you're just very paranoid about some shit. And I can understand that, so I can't really be mad at them. But all I'm saying is they can't understand. And so, but like I say, the reason why the thing is, like I said, I wish everything that you think about me was true, because I feel better knowing that I was tripping. You know what I'm saying, about this shit. I would have felt a lot better knowing that I was tripping. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, after it just continues to happen, you have to believe what you see after a while. Like I say, once the evidence starts to pile up on your desk like this, and if you ignoring something that's piled up this high, then you really don't want to see that shit. You really trying not to see that shit, and it's there. And even though you try not to see it, you still know it's right there. You know that shit though. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, we're forced to believe the shit. We have to believe it now. We have to accept for what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I say, these evidence pile up, man. And so you have to see it for what it is. And on top of that, then we get on the internet. We look up on YouTube. We find different videos of other people who actually going through the same experience. That adds more evidence on top of you not being crazy. On top of you having to believe, okay, this got to be going on. Because here comes another person that's way on this side of the motherfucking country. A person way on this side of the country. A person in this state, in this city, they saying the same type of things going on with them. They showing evidence of the same type of things going on with them. And when you see their videos, guess what? It's the same type of shit you see going on with you. So it's like we're forced to believe this shit now. And so all I'm saying is, why you think we crazy, why you think we are tripping, we're paranoid, we got schizophrenic or whatever you want to call it. which someone actually said under one of my comments on one of my videos that my whole channel is basically schizo. Just know that one thing. We probably wish it was true. You know, we were just forced to believe and accept what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because if it had been true, get what? I could look at things a lot different. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, when something happens day after day after day after day, you know what I'm saying? It looks the same way, day after day after day. Not to mention the amount of times it would happen throughout the day. Shit starts to not become a coincidence anymore. After you see shit too many damn times over and over, you know what I'm saying? The coincidence factor kind of goes out the window, right? So there's no coincidence anymore. Now we just have to see what we see and believe what we see. And we have to trust and stop self-doubting ourselves. Because I'm pretty sure, you know, at least for me, I come from the background of self-doubting myself, especially because people were gaslighting me, you know what I'm saying, to believe that I was tripping, you know, because of my mind being altered by the drug, you know what I'm saying, which, you know what I'm saying, I can understand. So honestly, with me, I mean, it was harder for me to believe this shit, but you know, after a while, you know what I'm saying, like I say, coincidence, I think not. Too many times. I just don't believe that no more. So, you know, people can believe what they want to believe. Those who know are going to know. Those who see can see. And that's all we got to worry about, man. We can't prove everything to everybody. Everybody ain't going to understand. But if you are someone who sees this video and you are a regular person, a person who doesn't have any of these type of things happening to you, just know, try to open your mind a little bit, man. Because we don't want to make these videos. We don't want to be these type of people who have to come out here and speak on these things. We don't want to be looking like we're crazy. Because we wish we were if that was the case. You know, crazy is a strong word. Let's just say we wouldn't mind if it was all in our heads. As a matter of fact, I wish I was crazy and tripping, but I'm not. You know, I wish these things wasn't happening to me or anybody else that has to go through this thing. So just know that, man. But anyways, that's all I just wanted to say, man. Just wanted to speak something out there. But anyways, I mess with you. All right, peace.